All right, it's Friday. It means it's time to deploy. This is episode 63 for June 21st, 2024. Jim, how was your week?
Really good week this week. I was just looking through my Slack notifications. It's just after lunchtime here, and I've had 40 notifications from GitHub on PRs to do with our work this morning. So it's really taking off, having fun.
Cool. All right, well, let's get to the news. This is an article that showed up on the news stack from Steve. He's a member of our team, entitled 5 Deployment Strategies, the Pros and Cons. You don't get seamless deployments entirely without cost, but some techniques bring lots of benefits with little additional complexity. Steve goes into basically the 5 deployment strategies, the pros and cons. And so the 5 most common strategies that he sees with their trade-offs are to recreate, blue-green, canary, rolling, and shadow. The 5 strategies: recreate basically shuts down the running application, deploys a new version, and makes a new version available to users. So this is kind of like repave over the broken pavement. There are pros and cons to this before, during, and after deployment. Obviously, you have to take everyone down, unless, of course, you have one situated somewhere else. And then benefits to recreate, obviously, are very simple. You just repave. It is basically the, fire and forget sort of strategy. There are other ones as well, which we talk about in great detail throughout our literature. Blue-green is a very popular example that's used when cited against Octopus Deploy. The essence here is that you have a number of instances that are blue during deployment. During deployment, they then go to the next version, which is in green. We do tests as part of that environment, and then you shift over using basically a config update for your load balancer when ready. There are drawbacks to this: a lot more infrastructure, a lot more overlap. There are rolling deployments as well, and other strategies as articulated, like canary, A/B test patterns, etc. This is an instance of a live instance, feature flags, etc., etc. This is an excellent article by Steve talking about all these sort of deployment strategies, even breaks it down into a table. So definitely worth checking out. And this is up on the news stack, so feel free to check that out there. Do you have a favorite, Jim?
I tend to really like the complicated ones, but often it's just not worth it. The ones where you can do like canary deployments or send multiple users to different ones and that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
but I don't really use them much. Yeah.
I really like canary deployments, and I like feature flags.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I like living on the edge, so to speak.
Actually, feature flags are probably, they're my favorite deployment tool when it comes to like exposing features. So yeah.
This is an upcoming episode of Merging into Main, which is a sort of like interview series that Paul O'Reilly from CodeFresh is running. The next one is entitled Productizing the Internal Developer Platform, IDP. This one's featuring Steve. Speaking of Steve, featuring Steve talking to Paul along with Jordan Scott and Bartek. They're going to be forming a panel talking about IDPs. So internal developer platforms are basically this infrastructure that you'll provide your development team to get up and running quickly, standing up infrastructure, standing up construction of components, documenting all that stuff, all important things. And so Paul will be talking to these folks and others during this. This is on June 26th from 2 to 3 p.m. Pacific. So if you have time, feel free to register. Check it out there, Merging into Main. Now, I don't know if you got your badge, Jim, or if you've even taken the certification, but we have some new Credly badges. So you might be wondering what these are. So we have a couple of GitOps certifications, one entitled GitOps Fundamentals, another one called GitOps at Scale. And we have started issuing these badges retrospectively. So we had a bunch of folks who took these certifications like years ago, and they never got a Credly badge because we didn't use Credly. And so we started using Credly recently, like last year, and we started issuing. We issued over 7,000 badges over the weekend. And so our feed has been lit up with people posting these up on LinkedIn and stuff. But if you haven't gotten your badge yet, either you haven't written the certification or you haven't accepted it. So check your email. Let us know if you haven't got it. But these are now out. You'll see them all over LinkedIn. So it's been quite interesting to watch. Speaking of Steve, he's been busy writing. So this is a new book from Steve called Exploring Octopus Deploy, a journey to simplify deployments and operation tasks with powerful automation. And so this is a free book available as a PDF from Steve. It's about 175 pages long. It's quite a big read. it's a really good primer for those who are wanting to get started with Octopus Deploy and kind of, they're past the sort of what is a project, what is a deployment process, and they're now on to like, what can I really do with this thing? And how can I automate parts of my deployment process, part of my through runbooks and otherwise. So this is a great read. You can get the PDF. I believe we'll be publishing a GitHub repo soon. You can also purchase the paperback via Amazon if you so wish. So that's available up there. So that's a new book, and this was published just a short time ago. Just giving you a broad breakdown. So in the book, you'll learn how automation brings more than just speed, what excellent deployments look like. So probably one of those 5 deployment patterns that he talked about on the Newsstack article. What makes Operation Runbooks great. An overview of Octopus Deploy features, concepts, and terms. This is what you'll pick up if you attend my 101 webinar series. And then finally, how can you use Octopus to level up deployments and runbooks? So it's a complete rewrite of his book that he wrote earlier. This was a book that he had written called Exploring Octopus Deploy. And this was published on June 10th. And so Steve, this lovely man here, who's a member of my team, has written an update for this, and you can check it out. It's available as a free PDF. So there you go.
That's awesome. We're going to need to open our own bookstore soon.
I don't know. We'll see. Our bookstore is still a thing?
Yeah.
That's a sad indictment. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, bricks and mortar. How I've missed you. Advanced CI/CD, 6 steps for better CI/CD pipelines is an article that was posted on InfoWorld recently, basically talking about how to improve your pipelines. The crux of the article is basically like there's a lot of automation that you can employ. I don't know why the table of contents is like this, maybe because I have my Zoom turned up too much. So continuous testing with Gen AI, continuous deployment. Obviously, we would promote this quite heavily. Embrace hybrid CI/CD. You can take a look at that if you wish. Shift left security through CI/CD plugins. I would imagine that this is in a form of tools. Secure and improve pipeline observability. So this is utilizing tools like Grafana and others. And then understand the business impacts. There is a quote in here from Paul where he goes, when he's talking about continuous delivery, where they quote a bunch of folks in here, including the CEO of Opsera, a bunch of folks as well. And Paul's quote basically is talking, if we do a search here for Paul, he says, some organizations believe developer experience to be a mythical art involving arcade machines or table tennis, but developers get the most satisfaction from the smooth flow of their changes from commit to customer. That's nice. I like that. That's a nice alliteration there. When your developers want to do great work, CI/CD is the difference between total frustration and developer joy. Hear, hear. So Paul provided a quote for this article, and you can check this out up on InfoWorld.
We really are simple beasts, aren't we? Just get my changes out.
That's right. Compiles, ship it. All right. That used to be me back in the day. All right. We have a lot of careers at Octopus Deploy. I don't think we've ever mentioned this on Deploy on Friday, but I thought it'd be interesting to just take a second here. And if you're at all interested, we're looking for folks, maybe you. You can take a look at octopus.com/company/careers, and there you'll find a page that looks like this, which includes our employee handbook. Talks a little bit about who we are and what we stand for, our values, etc. So our employee handbook is here. You can take a look at that if you're at all curious. Some of our openings are in engineering, product, design, lots of roles there, sales ops, legal, IT, and then general open-ended interests. So these vary from place to place. So Israel, lots of remote within US, remote within APAC, by Australia, New Zealand, basically. Israel, Australia, New Zealand, Israel. So the reason why Israel is now listed is because, of course, when we acquired CodeFresh, they had offices there. They have offices in Israel, so that's why we're hiring there. So there you go. Octopus Deploy /company/careers. This is a video that I did with Bog entitled What's New in Octopus 2024.2. As you may be aware, we recently shipped the latest version of Octopus 2024.2. And Bob and I, as we have started a little bit of a tradition now, we kind of kick the tires, go through the feature list, show off some demos of what's there. And so this video is now available up on our YouTube channel. We also posted it to our LinkedIn pages, Facebook pages, X, etc. So you can take a look there. And if you're at all interested about finding out what's, with GIFs and everything, if you want to find out what's latest and greatest in Octopus, feel free to check out that. Bob provides some really good demos as well. So definitely worth checking out. That's up on our YouTube channel. We also have webinars coming up. So as I mentioned previously, we've got our Kubernetes webinars. We've got one with Kit and Robert featuring the Kubernetes agent. We've also got myself and Michael talking about the state of Kubernetes, and wrapping up near the start of the new month, July, we've got the Octopus 101. We actually have 3 more that we're going to be announcing very shortly. So stay tuned to that. That is on octopus.com/webinars. All right, Jim, here's the big item I wanted to mention. This is the first time we've mentioned this anywhere. In fact, I don't think it's public yet, but I thought I would save it for Deploy on Friday. Are you excited?
I am excited.
All right.
I think I can guess.
There you go. Yes, we are announcing SHIPPED24. So last year we hosted an event called SHIPPED23, and this year we're hosting SHIPPED24. This will be occurring on November 20th and 21st. This will be a virtual event. You can go to our page now. I believe it's going to be published now. It's at octopus.com/shipped. If it's not there yet, it will be very soon. This is a pre-production of the site that we'll have. We'll have a countdown timer. You'll be able to save your seat by sending us your info. We'll send you updates. And then we have highlight sessions from last year. The good news here is that you can actually submit a speaker session. So we actually have a Sessionize set up where you can submit your sessions. And this will be open until approximately September 13th. We may adjust that date as we get closer, but we're going to have a lot of public sessions in this one, this instance of Shipped, and we're hoping to grow Shipped at least double the size it was last year. So we're going to have a lot of presentations on not only Octopus from product team leaders, etc., but we're also going to have presentations from customers and partners talking about not only Octopus, but possibly Argo, possibly Kubernetes, possibly just general CI/CD practices. So lots and lots of stuff to consider. We're going to have a detailed schedule. All of this and more you will find at our website. But for now, rest assured that this will be available in November. It will be a virtual event, and we would love for you to submit your session. So feel free to check out the Sessionize page. Get your abstracts in. Let us know if you want to speak. So that's it. That's the big one. Saved it for like the middle, kind of like an Oreo.
Yeah.
Awesome. Steve's been really busy. He's on a video interview here with the folks over at TechStrong TV. Steve was featured with a bunch of other folks from JFrog, Apple, etc., CloudBees. Alan hosted the panel, and they were talking about navigating the CI/CD frontier, insights from this 2024 State of Continuous Integration and Continuous Delivery report. Of course, Steve and I talked about this recently on a blog, or rather vlog or video blog, whatever you want to talk about or call it. It's up on our YouTube channel. You can check it out there. But this is a video that is now available, a discussion with Steve and others talking about that report. The SD Times published its 100. This is basically the kind of honorees, the SD Times 100. We were featured in the DevOps category. So if you take a look there, you'll see we're one of a few folks under that DevOps category. This is sort of the best in show from the SD Times, very reputable e-zine, online source. And so feel free to check it out there if you're at all interested in some other products. And then finally, and I thought this was kind of cool, Ben McPherson, who is an Octopus insider, was taking a flight from Sydney to Auckland, decided to do a deployment from the seat of his airplane. So at 35,000 feet, he did a deployment, and on a Friday. There you go, yes. So on a Friday, on a plane, doing a deployment.
What we're all about.
Yep, that's right. So, and the caption here reads, "So not so worried about deploying on Fridays. I thought I'd deploy on a Friday at 35,000 feet." So that's pretty cool. And there you go. That wraps up the week that was. So yeah, awesome stuff. And I trust, Jim, that you guys are busy as ever.
Oh yeah. Got to get back and handle all these GitHub notifications. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, we will see you on the next one. Take care, everyone, and happy deployments.